Bitcoin is less than 24 hours from its most important weekly close to date. All the while, Cardano recently making a run to the 230s. Do the bulls have any sizzle left in their step, or is there a dip getting ready to happen? What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe, hit that like on the way in. Let's jump right into this Bitcoin Cardano video. I want to start with Bitcoin. Listen, I don't even know if some of you own Bitcoin or not, but Bitcoin charts are so important to your altcoins. It doesn't matter what altcoin you're in. Bitcoin, very important. We know Bitcoin dominance is falling. This has happened before, right? It doesn't mean Bitcoin's down and out. Bitcoin can come out of nowhere. Wake up. And probably best for your altcoins if that happens sooner than later. This is it. This is like the biggest thing I'm watching on Bitcoin. This 20-week moving average, right around $48,500 or so. Such an important area in Bitcoin. Trading below it. It's like a nothing move for Bitcoin to make a move back above it. I mean, it's like 3% away from that area. This is the weekly chart. It would be nice. I'm not going to sit here if we don't close above. I'm not going to sit here and start doing bear market videos saying we're entering a bear market. But it's certainly concerning. I'm a data guy, right? And we're using that 20-week moving average as a consistent data point, and we want to see that reliability, right? In terms of marking or signaling the continuation of a bull market. So what that would look like is Bitcoin makes a run back up and we close this candle above the 20-week moving average from a purely technical level. Nothing more. We know what happened in the last bull market. We've revisited that area multiple times, but never closed below that 20-week moving average for the entirety of that bull market. That's what it looks like back then. We're looking for something similar. It's just a very simple, clean data point. And if that breaks, it throws up a signal. It really just does. But again, there's other things to take into account in terms of Bitcoin entering a bear market. But we're going to, we can talk about what that looks like, but I'm not going to sit here and do videos saying it's entering a bear market. I want to talk real quick. I want to show this clip, and this is from April 20th. Really important clip talking about Bitcoin. Check this out. We're zoomed out here, and this rising wedge is here. The pattern target would be in the lower 40,000s down here. So, Bitcoin's trading at like $55,000 when I did that video almost a month ago. Here we are. We've trickled down out of that rising wedge, right? And this is what it does. This is how cryptos hit their targets. It's like a trickle down effect. It usually is never just like boom, right to the target, right? These lower 40,000s, which is what I mentioned in that video. It's kind of like a trickle down, lower lows, lower highs. And right now we're putting in a lower low, potentially maybe we bounce and put in a lower high. We still continue down, right? Going into June. We don't want that to happen. Maybe it happens now. We kind of capitulate to that lower $40,000 area. What we want to see right now for Bitcoin is just a simple bounce to the upside. And we want to start doing technical analysis on a bounce, testing a Fibonacci resistance, which is a swing high here. Maybe we get this swing low bounce. Maybe Bitcoin in the short term starts trending up again. We want to see Bitcoin start testing these areas, not only the $50,000 area, but this Fibonacci, 54,300 to the 786, 56,600. And the reason why we want to see that tested is simply because we want to see a reversal now from this downtrend that Bitcoin has fallen into. Will that happen? We will continue to track the technicals. All that I know is currently less than 24 hours on this Bitcoin chart. This isn't looking good. We don't want to see this candle. So that's the biggest thing I'm watching. We know where the target of support is to the downside. We'd want to see a bounce there. Note that this is the daily chart. So, we're far below the 50-day moving average here. That's also not a very good signal. We broke below. We tested it as resistance and saw resistance, and we're continuing down. So it's not the most beautiful looking Bitcoin chart. I'm rooting for Bitcoin. You all know I've covered Bitcoin on this channel for so long, and it's incredibly important to crypto markets. So I want to just see these technicals play out where Bitcoin can start, signaling continuation of the bull market. So everybody's winning. But we'll continue tracking that. But that's really what I wanted to point out. Really, in the next 24 hours, less than 24 hours, What does Bitcoin do? Really, we want to see it get back above the $49,000 area, and we're just below it right now. So let's see if Bitcoin could make a move back above that area. And it's something we have to track in the short term, in the next 24 hours, and we'll see how that next weekly candle opens. This is Cardano. This is zoomed out on the weekly. I just always want to point out there's a ton of upside for Cardano. It could be an environment where Bitcoin does what I just talked about. We get the reversal. Bitcoin's going back up again. This could lend a very strong hand to the continuation of the bulls for Cardano. Look at the stock RSI upside. Look at the upside in terms of Cardano right now on this RSI, the slower moving momentum oscillator. A ton of upside for Cardano on this weekly chart. One thing I want to note also is this. If we look at Cardano and basically the cycles of Cardano, we zoom out, we take our long-term macro Fibonacci retracement from the bull market high 2018 to the bear market low, we have that green rectangle. That is the bull market doors for Cardano. This was just unbelievable consolidation on the weekly. We tracked it, we waited, and we got the breakout above. Now we're testing the 1618 line. What I want to show you for context to that is this. Going over to Bitcoin, if we chart the same exact macro Fibonacci, this is what it looks like for Bitcoin on the weekly. Bull market doors, up, testing the 1618 line, continuation to the upside. So on Cardano, we really are looking for something similar. Notice, right now we're testing the 1618. There is a lot of room, as I mentioned, for upside, extension from the 1618, continuation in this bull market. Going back to the Bitcoin chart real quick, everybody, I really still think, comparatively to last bull market, we're right around, and let me zoom out a little bit more, we're right around right here, this July, August area, 300 plus days after 2016 halving. Here we are 300 plus days after 2020 halving. I think we're kind of still in the middle of this bull market. So, I don't want to freak you out talking about the 20-week moving average falling, but it's just not something we want to see happening. Going back to Cardano, unbelievable. And I keep having to update this chart. This is the daily chart. I keep having to just slide this up, just been tracking this. Look at this. Since basically May 5th, 10 days ago, Cardano has seen 100% gains on the ADA BTC pair. That is strength right there. That is market dominance right now. And you see this all across the altcoin space. Bitcoin dominance falling. Again, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is down and out. Let's start zooming in on the Cardano charts. I really want to start talking about where we are, what Cardano is doing. And I want to start from this video just last night, 19 hours ago. We said 210 to 215 was the target area for the inverse head and shoulders. It kind of played out that way. Let's see if we can break above it. It could be a very parabolic move to the 230s if it happens. So that was the end of last night's live stream. And what did Cardano do? We broke above it. We zoom in where Cardano was. We were, right around, I guess, hitting that 212 to 215 mark on Cardano. It was an inverse head and shoulders target that we were tracking. The inverse head and shoulders being right here. And we hit the target to the upside, consolidated. We got that breakout that we were talking about. And we saw the 230s. This is on Binance. I mean, we approached 250 on Coinbase, but can't pay too much attention to the Coinbase charts. This is Binance. We hit the 230s. We saw resistance. This was kind of the continuation of this parabolic move for Cardano. And now here we are. Now there's some things I want to talk about on this chart. Some extremely important things. And I want to show you a snapshot. I was texting a friend of mine talking about potential dips for Cardano. And I just want to show a quick little glimpse of it. I charted this for him earlier. I basically said those two green areas could be good areas to scale some in. As long as this isn't a long-term top, they'd probably be great buys if ADA makes it there. So talking about potential retracement for Cardano, the potential of it. And this is what it looks like. I want to share it with you. A couple Fibonacci retracements to the downside if Cardano fails where it is actually literally right now. I mean, testing 230, and we're going to talk about why this is such an important area for Cardano. Two areas. This last swing low, a more kind of, a little bit longer term. It's May 12th. This is an hourly chart, by the way, so it's still short term. But that swing low right here, and this was that $1.47 swing low to swing high. This is a very, big dip potential type of area for Cardano. What that looks like to the downside, 181 to 165. So 181 to, the 786, 166. So that's like a big dip potential, right? That's like kind of the I'm buying heavy, buying the dip heavy type of atmosphere. And this isn't financial advice, by the way. I want to just say this is 100% how I look at the charts, how I view the charts, where I could see opportunity in buying the dip. You have to kind of decipher, take the data for yourself. But this is a technical level for Cardano to the downside. That's a huge dip. This is an environment where Bitcoin likely falling hard. Crypto is likely falling hard. We're talking 20% to 25 to 30% to the downside. And it doesn't have to happen overnight or in an hour. It could trickle down to that area for retracement. It would not be out of the ordinary at all, everybody. We see it happening all the time in crypto. But more on the short term, if you want to look for a short-term retrace to potential support, a very short term, this is a last swing low before Cardano made its way out of that inverse head and shoulders, all up in this area, to the swing high. Cardano has another area of support, and that is right here, this Fibonacci retracement. And I'm gonna clean this up and describe what's going on the screen because I know it's a little messy right now. So we have this heavy buy zone down there, or the heavy resistance or support zone, and then we have Fibonacci support right here, which is $2.02 down to $1.93. This could be an area, a very realistic area where Cardano is coming back down 11%, 15%, retracing. We see support here 100% in play. What's interesting about that area to me, you see this other rectangle here, and that rectangle is a Fibonacci resistance that we were tracking that Cardano broke through. Remember, we were talking about Cardano, the inverse head and shoulders setup was the story that would potentially get Cardano to break through that resistance. That resistance that you see here, right here, is this swing low to swing high, or I'm sorry, swing high to swing low, back up to this 1618. That's a 1618 Fibonacci right there. And then we had a more macro looking, zoomed out looking, swing high to swing low. This is a midterm type of deal. And I'm doing all this on the hourly to this lower line, 1618. So it's a 1618 higher high range of resistance that Cardano, broke through. And so if we see Cardano falling to this Fibonacci support area, look, very confluent with that is the recent resistance area. So I see a lot of support. Long story short, had like 204 down to $1.93. That's a really heavy support area, I would say, for Cardano. If you see it fall, if you're interested in buying the dips, get that capitulation type of, fiat ready to buy the dips. And again, that's not financial advice. I'm just throwing that out there. If this support fails, Cardano very, very likely to kind of at least visit this area to the downside. And it's a below $2. But we want to see Cardano maybe continue down into this area, bounce, consolidate, some type of structure right here before continuation. It would be so commonplace for Cardano. Cardano did something similar after this heavy parabolic gain, right? Consolidated all in this area before continuation. So we see that often. And this could be, the support area could be a very foundational area on these technical charts for Cardano to do so. Now, I just want to throw this out there right now as I do this video, and I'm going to go to a 6-hour chart. Now, the hourly gets tough to, actually, I'm going to stay on the hourly. The hourly works better for this. We're really zoomed in. We're looking at a Fibonacci resistance right now. You can see it on the screen. Swing high to swing low, and we have this very small range, $2.33 to $2.28. That's the area. If you want to see Cardano see continuation to the upside, that's the heavy resistance on this very short-term chart. Would probably be charted better even on like a 30-minute chart. But I don't like zooming in that far. So that's what I'm looking for. Can Cardano make a move to the upside through this resistance area up to $2.33? And if so, Cardano, maybe that next leg up to test 250 here on the Binance chart. We already know on the Coinbase chart, Coinbase Pro, we're already there, 249 here on this chart back here. It's crazy. to see that. Interesting how different the charts look in terms of price. But one thing is true, Cardano testing a very heavy resistance right now, something to track. I appreciate all of you cruising by. I really do. As we grow this, congratulations if you're a Cardano holder, if you're a Bitcoin holder, hang in there. This is the story of Bitcoin. How often over the years does this type of thing happen? One thing I know when you zoom out on this weekly, it's a nice consolidation. So let's track it. Let's see what the next 24 hours bring. Thank you all for coming by. Hit that subscribe on the way out. Hit that like on the way out. See you in the next video. God bless.